Alright, apologies for the absolute mess. You can see there's sand everywhere. I'm currently charging things, but I want to do a review of this Bouge RV fridge because I've had it for a couple of years, and I've also had a Dometic in the past. So, I mean, first off, comparatively, the Dometic is way better. That fridge that I had was amazing. It was quiet. It performed for 2 years. I took it down the Pan American Highway, zero hiccups, really consistent temperatures, really consistent on the draw off the battery and the voltage. So, you know, there's a huge price difference. If you have a choice, I'd say go with the Dometic. If you're looking for a budget option, this Bouge RV is a really good way to go. You can see I don't have my solar hooked up right now, and I'm getting an E1. I have a little bit of a low voltage, but even with that, it's still because I'm running off the 12 volt, and it's still cooling. At night, it's getting down to like 40, 38 degrees. Heat of the day, and an insulator would really help, but it's still keeping things really nice and cool. I think it says 50 degrees right now, but if I open it up, everything's really cold, so I don't think that's entirely accurate. But 2 years in, I used it in Montana, bouncing around in my truck for, I don't know, about 8 months solid, and then it went into storage and sat for about 6 months. So that's where I thought, like, after sitting for a while, maybe it's not going to come out and function as it should. It sat outside for maybe a month of that as well. So I was kind of writing it off, and then I threw it in this van to see how it would work. And I've been running for a month straight with it, and it's been great. That error message again, it'll change. That'll reset itself. Not a big deal. My only complaint is they have a sticky thing on here that shows all the controls, and that is long gone. It came off, so I should have photographed it at least so I can remember the controls. But you can lock your temperature settings in place, so if you hit these buttons on accident, nothing happens, which it is locked right now. And then if I want to change it, I have to go back through and try to remember. I know this is power. I think that's the lock, that's an increase, and that's a decrease in temperature, something like that, but not the biggest deal. And it does still have the directions right here, so I could probably piece it together based on that. It has a max mode and an eco mode. I think part of my voltage issue right now is that I am in max mode. I should be in eco mode while I'm running off the, just off this 12 volts. I don't know if you can see that, just the 12 volt plug. When I'm running off regular outlet, like 110 outlet, it's 100% consistent, no voltage errors at all. So that's not, not into the world, and even with that lower voltage, it's still functioning just fine. It gives you this little battery indicator here as well. I am in eco mode. Okay, it's showing the eco. And then it shows that it's locked. And then it's showing the voltage, which 12.6 should be plenty. Not a big deal though. It's cooling, it's staying cool. I mean, I have milk and water bottles in there. If I get the water out, it's ice cold, so not a concern. Yeah, you can see how that's fluctuating. It's kind of dropping and then kicking back up when the compressor goes on. This compressor is a little bit on the loud side. It's not cycling non-stop by any means, but it does kind of make a funky, like, kick on, kick off kind of hard noise. And I don't know that it's gotten any worse over time. I think that's just the way it is. It seems to be running fine. I sleep hard, so it doesn't bother me. Overall, it's just, it is what it is. The Dometic is a lot quieter, but it still makes, noise. Like, you're going to hear it. Any fridge is going to do that. If you put an insulating cover over it, I think that would kind of help with the noise issue, or if you had it in a cabinet. But this is a small van, so it just fits between these two seats. And it also means when I'm driving, I can grab a cold water and that's really nice while I'm on the road. Other thing it has is it has this USB plug, which I thought was kind of, not something I would use that much, but I actually do use it quite a bit because where I'm sitting, it's just a really convenient place for like an extra charging port. On the inside, it came with a divider. I took it out, so I'm just kind of running wild right now, but you can see everything in here is cold. That avocado is cold. This water right here is ice cold. I mean, you feel the metal. It's really cold. I have milk. I have some meat. I have sauces, eggs. I got all kinds of stuff in there. Definitely a good week's worth of food. You can see the outlet here, and obviously this thing's getting sand and all kinds of stuff kicked all over it on the beach. So I'll pull it out here and clean it up at some point, but probably not till I get off of this beach. And overall, 2 years, I mean, that's a good deal. I'm trying to remember the price, but I want to say it's like a good quarter, or 70, 60, 70% off the price of a Dometic or an ARB. But if I was gonna do it again, I had the budget, I would get a Dometic. But for a budget cooler, this thing is fantastic. So yeah, I'd give it a shot if you're looking for a cheap alternative. If you're gonna be on the road long term, doing like a Pan American highway where it's harder to replace things, I think the name brand, not direct from China, would be better. I think you're gonna get a better compressor. You're gonna get some of the models that have dual zones, so you can actually have different temperature settings in 2 different compartments. You can do a freezer. There's a lot of ways to do it, but for just the fact that I have 100 amp hour battery, I just wanted a simple way to keep things cool. Mainly fish that I catch and creamer for my coffee. Those are like the 2 big ones for me. I can keep eggs, I can cook meat and eat it over a couple days before it goes bad, that kind of thing. Fruit, avocados, that can all stay outside. But for fresh fish and coffee creamer, and then having cold water or Coca-Cola, makes a big difference. So see the flies trying to get in. Anyways, that's it for that. It's a good rig. Bouge RV. You can get them on Amazon. They have a bunch of different sizes, a bunch of different styles. So check them out.